Welcome to Late Night Sports Debate episode number 2. And we're joined by Matt Nelson. And thanks for being here, Matt.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.
Yeah.
For his second appearance on Late Night Sports. Or first, depends on what order we put these in. So we never know. So today we're going to be debating about the salary cap in the MLB, the NFL, the NBA, and the NHL, and major four sports.
And a little bit about professional soccer as well, because that's pretty interesting.
Yep. We're going to say which one's the best in those 5 sports, and then what we think should be the salary cap, even if it's one of those 5 or something different. Andrew, you want to kick this off?
With what?
What you think the...
With the best one?
Pay attention.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah,
the NBA, by far, in my opinion. The NBA salary cap rule is set at $109 million. And if you draft a certain player, you have bird rights for a certain number of years, and you can go over that cap and sign that player back. But it's basically a hard cap with the ability to bring back your players you drafted.
Yep. Makes
Matt, what about
sense.
I get the MLB as the best one. I hate the idea of a salary cap. I love the idea of a luxury tax.
Mm-hmm. I like the MLBs too. I'm not sure if it does, but I like the NHLs where you have to have you have to spend a certain
There's
amount.
the floor, the salary floor.
Yeah, the floor. I like that. I don't think the MLB has that. Could be wrong. But I like that. So like teams like the Marlins, Jeter, cough, can't just have a team and not spend any money. But I like where if you want to spend, go spend. Because look what's happening with the Yankees. They suck. And they're spending a crap ton of money.
The Yankees are nice. We're talking about.
Okay, how many World Series have they won?
The Yankees?
Yeah, since in the last 5 years.
Technically none in the last 5 years, but it's kind of tough, man.
None in the last 10 years either.
None in the last 10 years.
They're
spending...
Last time they won was 2009.
Yeah,
true.
They're in the top 3 spenders, I believe.
They're
in
paying
all of
Giancarlo
MLB.
Stanton $25 million a year to sit on the bench because he's always hurt.
Yep. And they're all spending a ton more money on other players.
I mean,
The only team that's doing it right is the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They're spending way over the luxury tax and paying,
but they're getting there. They're getting
the wins.
Yeah.
They've made 4 consecutive World Series before last year?
Yeah.
They're doing it right.
Yeah, I mean, you can't...
They got to win, though. They got to win one.
Yeah. That's
Some point.
a good
They were
point.
cheated out of a couple there.
Yeah, they were.
Out of one. Only one.
Yeah, Astros, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't cheated out by the Red Sox.
No, not even close.
No.
No.
So, Andrew, what do you think is the salary cap that all leagues should have? Or you can just talk about the
NBA.
soccer one first.
Oh, I can bring up the soccer one?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you the salary cap. There isn't. There's a penalty. You spend billions. No one cares. A team like Manchester United spends as much money as they ever want, and that's how it is. It's real. There's nothing to it. It's just spend as much money as you possibly want, and that's it.
Yeah.
Which is just competitively completely unfair.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
The same thing goes with MLB. A low-market team like Kansas City can't spend the money the Dodgers do, or the Yankees do, the Red Sox do.
Guess.
And they're always at the bottom of the league because of that.
Who's won a World Series more recently, though?
Oh, funny. They won that one World Series. Cool. How about past that?
Okay, they're rebuilding.
They've been rebuilding for the next 10 years. They'll be doing that.
The Yankees could have been rebuilding since 2010 on, and the Royals are rebuilding, but they have a World Series.
Yeah, but at least they're making the games fun, man. Who the hell wants to go to a Royals game right now?
I mean,
Shut up. You would not go to a Royals game at all.
If I'm in the area, I'd go. Cross it off the bucket list.
That's the only reason why.
Yeah. So, all right. What do you? Or do you have anything to add to this?
I mean, I don't like the idea of what soccer is because you could literally have a team that's owned by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, which multiple are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can dump billions into one player.
Yeah.
And every other team is not going to be able to match it.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
I think that's why it's bad. I like the luxury tax. I think if you mixed baseballs with the NHL
Yeah.
and you have that floor, and it's all covered by revenue sharing and the TV rights revenue and all that.
These owners making plenty of money. If you've seen,
There's no lack of money in
if
baseball.
you've seen any of these, I'd bring up John Henry's net worth all the time. They're making plenty of money.
Lest we
How
forget,
much, John?
he handed David Price $24 million a year,
Yeah.
And still paying half of that.
and he's still paying half of that.
BS. That's some BS right there.
Yeah. So I'm the same way. I think if you create how the NHL has a floor, you have to spend X, and Y is the salary cap, but you can go over it. I like that. The only thing I don't like about the MLB, and it's because kind of selfish reasons, is I don't like how it increases throughout the years.
No crap, it increases.
Well, they all
Because-
do because it's all tied to the
It makes
TV
sense
rights.
if it didn't happen to a point where they had to get rid of Mookie Betts, which they didn't have to do.
Tell me
I
why.
would have.
They would have lost him for nothing.
I would have liked to see. I would like this, but I mean they lost Mookie, so I don't like it.
All right, I hate that explanation around that. Sucked. All right, they had to trade Mookie. That's a fact. We'll go into that later, but that's a fact. They had to trade Mookie.
That's a whole episode in itself.
Yeah, it is.
And if they didn't have the increase, 20% to some big market teams is absolutely nothing. They just kept it at 20% over. Every team would pay it, but it seemed like the Royals, the Athletics, the Mariners, those teams who don't have that kind of money to give, they're just never gonna get good teams out of that. To get lucky teams here and there, but teams like the Red Sox, the Dodgers, the Yankees,
Who suck.
who had 98 wins last year.
All right.
Sorry,
Do,
wait,
do they have a
more
ring
than
on
that.
their finger, or they should have rings by this point?
Wait, so you're willing to go?
Nope.
I hate the Yankees. It's a fact. But you're willing to go along with the Dodgers? They haven't won one yet. They keep making it there. They don't win it.
Okay, at least
I don't see no
at least-
ring on their
at least,
finger.
At least they're making it there. The Yankees not making
I've
it
been
there.
mistaken. The Yankees had 103 wins last year.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Well, you just get to call the Dodgers the first loser for the last 5 years.
I mean that's fun. I enjoy doing that.
All right. They should have won. The Astros screwed them out of one.
Yeah, cool.
the NBA cap is
Yeah.
interesting though because you've got
That's the
these
best one.
supermax contracts.
Yeah.
The Lakers are giving supermax contracts to everybody.
Yeah.
LeBron, Anthony Davis, everybody's getting those supermax 5-year, $250 million deals, but there's still a cap. The only reason everybody can fit under the cap is that you only got, 10 guys on the roster?
13.
13?
13
and
on the roster.
the cap's somewhere around, 89 million?
No, it's actually 119, I believe.
Oh, it ballooned that quick.
Yeah, it did.
Last I knew it was 89.
$109 million. Yeah, it's a very high, but then you got to go up to 135 if you have draft picks. So let's say
Like
hypothetically,
Zion Williams.
Yeah,
Once his contract
exactly.
comes up, you can sign him and go over.
if your roster's
Yeah.
already full to the cap with money, you can sign him for that extra little bit you
Yeah,
have.
the exemption.
Exactly, that's what it is. Which I think is great because if you draft a player like Zion and lose him in 2 years, what's the point?
That's a great idea.
you have the
But
rights.
that wouldn't transfer over to other leagues.
Why wouldn't it?
The MLB?
Yeah.
All right. Let me remind you, there have been 2 first overall picks that have gone to the Hall of Fame.
I don't care. It can be any player. It doesn't matter number one overall picks. I'm not talking about pick numbers right
But
now.
most teams get better through either free agency or trades. So they've
And the
probably
draft.
been some. The Astros have gotten better, I think, in my entire lifetime, probably longer than that have gotten good through the draft.
Bet. I know a team about 30 miles north of us who did the exact same thing. Who is Bogarts drafted by? Tell me who. I want to hear it out loud out of your mouth.
All right.
Who is Betts drafted by?
2 teams.
Who is Benintendi drafted by?
Two
How
teams.
about Devers?
Two
Tell me.
2 teams have gotten good through the draft. But most teams, the majority of teams, get better through trades and free agency. So that wouldn't really. I don't think that would translate well
But I
into
think
the
it would
MLB.
reward the teams that drafted well, though.
It's not.
Having a good GM is like, it's cool, but you want to have good draft picks, too.
Well, yes, but at some point, it's not the GM's fault when there's only been 2 first overall picks that have been Hall of Famers.
It doesn't matter what the first overall pick. You got like 60 rounds in the MLB.
Yes, but most of those players are never going to see the MLB. They're probably not even going to see AAA.
Yeah, most of them don't.
So I
Most
just
of them might not see a field at this point since the MLB is trying to shut down 42 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just don't think that would translate well into the MLB.
So we're all in agreement the NFL is the worst cap situation.
It's-
100%.
Yeah.
There's no limit. It's 118 for 53 players.
And you've got the starting quarterbacks getting paid 23, 24, 25 million.
I would
of that.
actually
Dak Prescott's
debate
40.
in the major 4 that's the worst, but I would debate that soccer's is worse.
That's fair. Yeah, I can see that too because I mean, like I said, spend billions of dollars on teams that other teams can't do. Competitive balance, a lot of that. It has to be competitive.
Yeah, but
I don't want to watch them blown out every single night. This is
I
boring.
mean, that's fun for like a season, maybe 2, but after a while, it just like this year's good because the Warriors stink.
Exactly.
Only problem is the coronavirus. So don't
Walks
even
right
know
in.
if we'll see that.
What's interesting about that particular situation, with every league shutting down, they all want to continue at some point. You can't play NHL games in August.
You can't.
You'd run into the same situation that the Bruins did in 2011 during the Cup final where the ice is melting during the game. The NBA can play games in August.
Yeah. But then that also brings into effect you have another season in a
Right.
matter
So
of
now
months.
they're talking about cutting preseasons and training camps, and football is going to cancel the OTAs. It's just a mess.
Yeah, it is.
This virus is getting annoying. Just get away at this point. It's no fun. But back to the salary cap thing. We got to focus on our salary cap debate here, guys. Come on. So we're all on.
So I got baseball number 1, NHL number 2,
Yep.
NBA number 3. I'd even put the NFL below soccer just because
Really?
the NFL's
Yeah.
is that bad.
All right, well, mine's the NBA. I 100% with that. Then I'll probably do NHL. And then I do MLB, NFL. I think soccer is just straight up crap. There isn't a salary cap. Can't even part of this list.
Matt and I have the same thing, but I just have soccer down below. Soccer's last, and
Yeah.
NFL's 4th.
That was a pretty fun episode of this, though.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. This has been a great episode. Thank you, Oompa Loompa, for coming on the show again.
Anytime Paul Blart.
Of course, he had to bring it in. Buy me the segue soon. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Late Night Sports Debate episode series number 2. And be sure to watch for other episodes as we have a lot of specials coming out soon. And thank you for watching. And until next time, have a great day.